This is Dr. Chris's radio horror program, 91.3 FM, WCUW, and I'm here with Nicki Clyne, one of the stars of the hit sci-fi show Battlestar Galactica, as well as a podcast that she was doing for a while. What was the name of the podcast again?
Actually, it's a web series for sci-fi called Blaster TV.
Blaster TV. What was that about?
Basically, we ventured into different kind of themes in each episode. We did a Ghostbusters theme for the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters, and I did a walking tour of all the locations where they filmed the movie.
That's what we're going to do in November in New York.
Right.
Yeah, we had to put it off
fun.
a little bit.
It's so fun. There were a bunch of different things. I went to New York Comic Con and talked to a bunch of, my actor friends and comic artist friends, and lots of different things. We went to different events, like the Harry Potter opening in Orlando, and just talked about nerdy stuff, basically.
Now, are you a pretty hardcore geek before you got on Galactica?
Not at all.
No,
and I feel badly about that, but I think it's better to be honest. Like I feel badly in the sense that I appreciate it, so I don't want people to think that I dislike it at all. I think I wasn't exposed to a lot of science fiction or comic stuff when I was younger, so I just never really got into it. I was a skateboarder and into like indie
tomboy.
Music. I was a total tomboy. I played hockey.
I love hockey.
I did, and I played music and and acting. Like I did theater stuff at school too. So it just wasn't. And there wasn't, I think, at least in my friend group, I wasn't exposed to it. So it's not that I had anything against it. I just kind of didn't know much about it. And Battlestar really opened my eyes to what science fiction can be and can do. And I think it's really amazing. I still feel like I don't fully take advantage of all the access that I have. Coming to these things, I get to meet so many actors, but often I don't know who they are. I haven't seen their shows. And I'm like, I wish that I was more into it, because probably be more, a richer experience, but I also love just getting to learn every time I come to one of these things. So
Galactica was a really eye-opener for you for this whole geek
world,
just sci-fi world, and I mean, you guys were like the kings of ComicCon and stuff like that. That must have been really big. I mean, was it really scary and intimidating?
No, I started with a couple conventions before I ever went to San Diego Comic Con, which was, is so massive. So I'd had exposure to what conventions were like and interacting with fans, and kind of was able to ease into it a little bit, even though it was weird at first. I mean, it was strange to have so many people who I'd never met before know who I am and know things about me and ask personal questions. I was like, wow. But I've had so many positive experiences. Fans have been so nice that going to Comic-Con was a lot of fun. San Diego is so overwhelming just in terms of all the marketing and massive amounts of people, which I don't enjoy as much. I prefer the smaller conventions where you actually get to interact with fans and do events or do fun things, like have experiences with people rather than just signing tons of autographs. So
like 2 seconds of them.
Exactly, yeah, because I know people work really hard to be able to get there and meet you and spend their money. So I like to feel like there's a good exchange and they walk away feeling like they had a good experience. And sometimes that's difficult at the bigger conventions.
Was your character original to that show? Or
No, it wasn't in the original. Although there was a character, I believe, named Calandra, which people speculated that maybe they were related somehow, but no, my character, there was no greasy mechanic woman on the original.
What was your reaction when you died?
Well, I found out because the producer of the show, two of the producers of the show called me before the last season had started. And, getting a call from the producer is not usually a good sign. I was hopeful. I thought maybe they want to give me my own spin-off series, Like, I used to joke with Edward James Olmos that we were going to have Callie and the Commander, have our own show. I'm still holding out my hope for that. But no, they phoned me and they were very gracious and said, like, we just wanted to let you know your character is going to die this season. Just please know it has nothing to do with you. We think you're wonderful and it's part of the story, which, I mean, it's not like I was the only one.
Yeah,
So and
that was oh my God, the
yeah.
people they killed off.
Yeah, and on just that, I trusted the writers. Like I felt like they had such a good understanding of the whole arc and everything in the show that, you know, I understood that my character was part of that and certain things are necessary. And I also had the kind of excitement about, well, how am I going to die? Because I know it's going to be epic, and I think it was. And so it was
the worst place to die.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, at least a gunshot to the head, you'd be done.
No, it was very drawn out and dramatic, which as an actor is really fun to do. So I had mixed feelings.
On the show too. You got your shots in.
Yeah, I know.
Times, yeah.
Definitely. No, when people ask me,
mouth on you and everything.
Right, exactly. Sometimes people ask me, like, what do you wish Callie could have done more of on the show? And I'm always like,
secret a little better.
Yeah, maybe smile a little bit or laugh sometimes, because she started out very sweet and innocent, and then it just went dark and darker from then on.
You got really paranoid in that last season too. Like,
I was
to the point of like Mulder, you know, like Fox Mulder paranoia.
Yeah. It was.
You were justified.
It was intense.
No one wanted to listen to you.
Yeah.
Hey, at least your on-screen husband got revenge on you. He strangles a woman who doesn't. That was great.
Yes.
I was like, yes. What did you get?
Totally. I know.
Did you see that episode? Were you really happy?
Yeah. I felt like I had some. I don't know. Revenge isn't the right word. Vindication.
Vengeance is totally the right word. Vengeance is the dish best served cold.
Right.
You got sucked out in the cold vacuum of space. So that was,
did. I know. Still out there floating somewhere. Yeah. I think it'd be funny if like some
2001 Space
I was gonna say it'd be so funny if some sci-fi series were to like, you know, just be passing through space and just randomly like Callie floats by. Like, I think that'd be a good idea.
So what are you working on right now before we let you go?
So I have started into other ventures besides acting. I just launched a media company that analyzes news. So we developed ethical standards for journalism, and we rate news based on how much they spin, slant, use illogical conclusions to manipulate information and how we understand what's going on in the world. So we're actually redesigning our whole site. I'm terrified
about doing this podcast, this interview now.
Yeah,
I'm a journalist. Now I know why you really wanted to do it.
As long as you show the recording, you know. But
I think we put it in a slideshow on YouTube and various pictures of you
awesome.
as your character, and also just maybe like, you know, like at a convention or something like that. All very flattering, don't worry.
Yeah,
we won't
please.
Pull it from God. From the project, you're like, oh, I hated that movie, please don't post it.
Oh, someone just took a photo of me and I was like, oh, tag me in it, you know, like thinking great, and then I looked at it, I'm like, oh God, do not tag me in this. I look like I just rolled out of bed. But it happens.
Dead like me, we'll tag those as well.
There you go. Yeah. Funny enough, in Dark Angel, I also have like dirt all over my face. It's really funny. I tend to, I don't know if I'm typecast as like either the mechanic or the dirt face.
Do you ever want to act again? Like be a big role like the Galactica again?
You know, I'm open to it, but honestly, I'm so busy and so committed to my other projects that it would have to be a pretty unique situation to be able to fit it in. So it's not that I'm opposed to the idea, but it's not something I'm pursuing right now.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find out more information about your current project?
Yeah, so if they go to ethicalmedia.org, that's our site, but like I said, we're going to be launching a whole new redesigned site, so don't sign up yet. It's a subscription service.
Okay.
Wait a couple weeks, but if people follow me on Twitter or friend me on Facebook or like me on Facebook, then I'll be talking all about it once we're ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.